folks, welcome back to the shop. It is actually not 1,000 degrees today, so I'm going to take advantage of that because I got to do some maintenance. Okay, as you see, I got the Poland wow thing. It's a Poland wow thing, 18-inch chainsaw. I bought this at a yard sale, I think for 30 bucks, and it runs good. But some things I need to address on this as I'm cutting a log. It tends to want to bog down, it doesn't want to idle, it doesn't want to do a lot of things like that. And I was actually just in the house watching some YouTube, a channel that has nothing to do with chainsaws, but he has a chainsaw and he said his was doing exactly the same thing. And he knows absolutely nothing about chainsaws. No offense to him, but he doesn't know anything about chainsaws, and he admits that. So he tore his apart and just did some cleaning. Now I know right in here is a problem spot, okay? So I need to address that. And I just need to clean the whole thing up really well, basically. Now, what does this have to do with woodworking? You may think nothing, but it has everything to do with woodworking if you're preparing bowl blanks for the lathe. And here's why I'm doing this, because I have in the back of my pickup truck, I think I still have 7 white oak logs that are probably 2.5, maybe 3 feet across, maybe not 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet across, and probably every bit of 2.5 feet, wide. And so they've been in the back of my truck since I picked them up in December, I think. December or January, I went and picked them up. They've been in the back of my truck ever since. When we moved here, they've been in the back of my truck. My truck is not enclosed, so they're basically out in the open. I want to get them processed before that wood goes, I don't know, the wood doesn't go bad, but it'll mold and it'll do stuff like that. And I want to get it processed and cut into bowl blanks, and I want to start putting bowl blanks up here, because I have a couple up there now. And that'll get it out of my truck for one thing, because that's the truck that has the 8-foot bed. It's a 3/4 ton. If I want to go pick anything up or haul anything else, I can't, because it's full of wood. So anyway, I need to get all that processed, and I need for this to run, we'll say, more consistently than what it is right now. So I'm going to start with, I don't know how much gas is in this, and it probably doesn't matter. I'm going to start with taking this off, probably going to take the bar and the chain off. Would like to get into, I'm guessing there's some type of a clutch in here. Like to get into that and take a look at that. Make sure that clutch is releasing the way it's supposed to. And I'm sorry, it's not a project video, but it's what I'm doing in the shop video. I have a 1/4 inch socket set, and because I never put anything away, I still have the 3/8 drive 9/16 that whenever I was doing the lathe base. So I have a Phillips screwdriver and a standard screwdriver. That should essentially be everything I need. So we're just gonna dive in. That actually looks like the clutch right there. You just have to get to it. Okay, that's not 9/16 though. Put that anywhere, that's fine. So, right off the bat, you can see it just, the problem I'm running into is when I'm cutting a log, everything, I believe the chain's going this way. It's coming in and it's all getting bound up right here. All of the material that I'm cutting, all the shavings are getting bound up right here. I don't have an answer for that. This has a completely hollow bottom. Conceivably, it should hit this and just exhaust, but it doesn't. So I don't have an answer for that. But we're going to give the whole thing a good stout cleaning. So again, just crud and sawdust and stuff like that in there. Now that seems to be running pretty freely, but we're gonna make sure. So at this point, what I'm probably gonna do is just do like a high-speed thing. Maybe I'll bring you in a little bit closer. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I don't know how deep I'm gonna get into this, but I definitely want to clean it out really well. There's just a ton of muck that I need to get through. So I'll bring you a little bit closer and then we'll just get to cleaning. Hopefully I got enough rags. I ain't got no WD-40 out here. We'll deal with it. Okay, when I picked this up to kind of just get all the loose stuff out, I don't even know if you can see me or not. Hands. Anyway, when I picked this up to knock the loose stuff out, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. There's a rattle. Something in this part of it is rattling around. I don't know what it is. By the way, I am not a small engine mechanic. I am an automotive mechanic, and the two are vastly different. So what I'm going to have to do is try and get in here, find out what in the heck is rattling around in here. Oh, it's like right here. Whatever it is right there. So that's my update. Hey, sorry about that. The old phone overheated and shut off. Apparently it's warmer in here than what I thought it was. Everything is back together. Sorry. Cleaned everything without taking the motor out. I think the rattle that I was hearing back here is actually, might have been this handle, because it's not there now. And I didn't take it all the way apart. Also, the air cleaner cover doesn't fit quite as well as I'd like it to. I'd like it to snap into place, but it doesn't. I've just been kind of playing with the chain, trying to figure out how tight that's supposed to be, and I really don't know. But what I do want to do is, boy, there's a lot of flex in that bar. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that either. I'm going to crank that bar down just to make sure. I mean, I don't know if it's this brand of saw that's a thing, that it's got that much flex, but I don't know. I don't like it. Wow. Okay. I guess it is what it is. I was caught myself getting a dehydration headache a couple months ago, and that's no good. So, and okay, I had to put another towel down because that's filthy. I mean, I got a ton of crud out of here. I did notice that the oiling, the chain oiler, looked like it had a bunch of muck on top of it, and I know that's not good for it. I mean, if you know how tight these are supposed to be, or how, like, is there like a, you know, the old timers just say, well, if you do this and snap, you know, if you got one of those rules, let me know, because I don't know. I don't know how tight this is supposed to be. Got bar oil in it, although it could have more. Ooh, oh. I love the smell of mixed gas. It ain't got a lot of gas in it, but it's got a little bit. It should build up some pressure. We're just going to go ahead and act like that didn't happen. Basically, what I want to do is right here in the shop. Yep, you heard me say it. I'm going to fire this up and just see. Like I said, I couldn't even get it to idle before. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Damn. I'll put it all back here where, as you know, I will not put it away later. I mean, I don't know if you can. That's a lot of, yeah. So we're gonna roll that up. We'll dump that in the garbage can later. And I know there's rules about starting chainsaws, you know, oh, it should be on a thing, and I can't do that. I can't. I've tried. So that's like that. Pumpity, 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 pumpity. It might be out of gas. I don't know. Let's see what it does. Also, there was an electrical on this side. I know what it is. It's the same as it is in the car. It's a spark, magnetic spark thing. In a car, it would be in a distributor. It's a magnetic pickup. Took that out and cleaned it without checking first how close it was. So we're gonna have to play with it and see what it does. Maybe it'll run. Oh, we're gonna go to half. So that's the bog, okay? That's the bog I'm running into, and I don't know why it's doing that, okay? Chain actually didn't get oil on it either. So I guess I have to play with this some more. That's what I'm battling. I can't get it to rev up. It's bogging down. It won't idle. A lot of times, like I said, when I'm using it, this clogs up, and I know that that slows down all of the workings. Hey, if you play with chainsaws, if you've got some experience with these things and you know why it's bogging, let me know, because I got to get that wood out of the back of my truck. And I want to get some bowl blank inventory, per se, up on the shelf drying. Because I'm not going to do a show this year. But if I've got the inventory ready to turn, I'd like to maybe do one next year. But it comes down to this $30 goofball. So if you're any good with chainsaws and you know why it's bogging like that, do me a favor and comment, because I don't know, okay? If this was a Chevy small block with a Rochester carburetor on it, I'd be able to tell you exactly what to do. This thing, not a chance. All right, folks. That's going to do it for right now. Sorry it's not a build video. It is hotter out here than what I thought it was. And so I'm going to go in and grab a shower and relax a little bit. And I'll see you next week. I do appreciate you. Wait, stop, slow down, stay in control. That's the kinks. It's not the end of the video. It's the day before the video drops and I decided to put more into it. I had done some research and so I'm going to look at a couple things and see if I can get this figured out. Having to do with the exhaust and the fuel delivery. A lot of things I read said it's probably a fuel delivery thing. One of the things I found out is that noise that I heard is not something rattling around in the handle. It's actually the fuel filter in the fuel tank that's moving from side to side. So that's that. I have 3 adjustment screws, and what they're saying is the high side might need opened up more for fuel delivery. Now, before I do that, I want to check this exhaust. They said that there is, they being the internet, which knows everything, that there is a spark arrestor on the exhaust. Now, having had a couple of boats, which if you get the opportunity to own a boat, don't. But I understand what a spark arrestor is. So they're saying that that could clog up and become an issue. So what I need to do, remember all those tools I said I wasn't going to put away? I didn't. Nailed it. And I'm trying to beat the heat. There's a little nut right here, and then there's a cover. Okay, so, and knowing what I know about cars, if your exhaust is plugged, you ain't running right. How does it come out? What do we got? It's carboned up really bad. Let's see. Does that come off? The screen will come off. And the screen actually looks really good. So, may not be the issue. Okay. So, the other thing they said to look at was your high-end fuel delivery. Now, this has what looks like 3 adjustment screws. A low, a high, and a T. I don't know what the T stands for. But the H stands for high, and if I can see that, which I can't, like I said, I can't. Will this fit? Doesn't feel like my screwdriver's fitting. Okay, so as it had turned out, there is a
special tool for adjusting the carburetor on these. It's like a week or two out. I'm not going to buy one. It said that you can make one. So I'm going to have to see how I want to go about doing this, because it's not just a matter of sticking a screwdriver in there and turning it. It's like a square drive type of thing, and there's not a socket that'll fit in there. So I'm going to do some reading. They said you can make one. Maybe I'll do that out of a Bic pen. And actually I am going to have to end this video no further ahead than what I was before. But I will give you an update and let you know how this went, which so far it hasn't. But I'll let you know. And then if I find something that can help you, maybe you have this same saw, which if you do, great. This thing used to run amazing and now it doesn't. So it's just a matter of, I think, tweaking the carburetor to get it to where it's going to cut me through some oak logs. So again, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.